Hello, and welcome back to the Faye banner review, where we talk about a banner no one actually cares about because it's right before Choose Your Legends. Today, we have the Hoshiden Summer banner theme from way back in the day, aka 2018, which means we are all pretty old by this point. Except they're not dancers, and they're not sipping tea, so it's almost an automatic L in my book. However, we must firmly establish why this entire banner is less interesting than Sedith's Refine, and to do so, we will be using this coveted line graph that may or may not be a line graph at the end of the day. Today's ranking will be based on tomatoes. For every line dedicated to speaking about tomatoes from Leo, I will reduce the score by 1 point until we reach our final score. And unlike Leo, I have more things I could talk about than tomatoes, so subscribe to the channel or I'll turn you into a generic Tempest trial unit with no good fodder. Alright, now the actual units. Alright, let's see. We have Mia, and I mean, we know all these units because we saw it from the Faye channel, but we gotta talk about it as if we're seeing them for the first time. That's how this works. That's why you subscribed. Let's see. She has slaying and stats and near trace. Ooh, that's kind of hype. Ooh. She also gets even more stats, which is pretty hype. IO shield, so she doesn't have to fear any sort of bows unless they remove it, in which case you have to fear bows. And damage reduction piercing, which is pretty cool because melees don't have any sort of piercing at all. Just ignore the fact that we have that one special, but that's still pretty cool. And then what else does she do? She has more stats and true stats and true reduction stats, and I mean that applies to a lot of stuff, I guess. And then healing, yay, isn't that pretty cool? Now the first thing you're probably thinking is, wow, this unit is not an infantry, so they probably suck. And you're probably right, because the only good tanks in the game are Emblem, Mike, and Alir. But after that, I mean probably a bunch of other units, but after that, well, I don't actually know, but eventually you'll get to generic infantry and you'll be like, damn, that's pretty good. And then you have Mia, and she's probably somewhere in that mix, which good for her. She's accomplishing something, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. She also has Prime, and that sucked. And she also has Pegasus, as in suspecting quality. And then Snap. Well, Snap is actually pretty good, but Prime sucks. I'm surprised they're putting out Prime skills, but at the same time, it's a banner right before Choose Your Legend, so I guess I have to fill it up with something, even if that something is basically nothing. Although, maybe it'll make her good or something, I don't know. She has bonuses, and bonuses are cool, and Nurgle's cool because he takes them, so, oh well. She thinks she's relevant because of that. Ha ha ha, flyer, tee-hee, raffle, lol. I don't know, maybe she is good. I'm just not getting a good read on most of these units right now. But I can say I will have to remove some points because she doesn't say her awesome wah, you know, anywhere. So that kind of sucks. Also, the trailer says she's taking negative 46 damage, but I clearly see 32 times 2. So that's clearly false advertising. Bad unit. She fell off. Plus, she doesn't say wah. Next, what else? We have Lucia. I know people keep telling me it's Lucia and not Lucia, but if you know me by now, I like to pronounce names the way I feel like it. So, this time around, I'm gonna say Lucia. Let's see. She has attack. That's pretty good. You need attack to deal damage. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Distant counter, spectrum stats, you know. It's not an attack +3, but it's pretty decent. True damage, healing, and then all the other stuff that made Lucia back in the day really, really strong. And, I mean, this sure is Lucia, I guess. I don't know. I'm not terribly impressed, I guess, but maybe it's because they ran the original one into the ground because of how broken she was. Am I wrong in thinking this Lucia is just fine?
Shut up, you stupid!
Okay, so the original Lucia was scary because most things couldn't really kill her, and the ones that could were few and far between. So much so, we started getting stuff like passive damage reduction piercing on B slots and just as statuses. It is 100% her fault, and that's why she is not nearly as good as she once was. And then you get Nucia. I'm gonna call her Nucia because, well, not because Noose, but because she's new, right? Thankfully, I don't want to hang myself over her. The only reason she's scary is because she has a tier 4 cancer control and bulwark, I guess. I don't actually know. What does this skill even do? Okay, so it has the cancer control stuff, but then it also nullifies end turn statuses. Oh, shit. They actually just killed Leon. Color me impressed, actually. I guess even they realized how dumb and stupid they were for making him and the status as a whole. And you know what? That's great. That's really awesome. And with the other additions of Breath of Life and Null Sea Disrupt Echo, I guess I can live comfortably knowing that I won't ever have to deal with him ever again.
Introducing Legendary Leon, the first unit with no counterplay or play at all, because he's gonna end your actions.
I don't think that's fair.
Just drop him on the field and none of your units can take any actions ever. Counters, never heard of them. He will ignore everything that makes Leon so bad.
Yeah, standard IS game design. Yep.
And fuck you up so bad that it will leave.
Insert very bad thing. I don't like bad things.
Oh no!
But
Ooh, he's broken. So broken. He's 100 miles from your location. Spend now.
can't wait. And then we have Leo, and he came with his coveted no speed, no defense wombo combo. Isn't that awesome? He has a guaranteed follow-up colorless tome with stats and true stats and demote fodder, still water, and fatal smoke, and I guess that's it. What else can we talk about with him? Just something. Anything at all that's recognizable to Leo. Something about his family, his home life, nor maybe something he likes, a hobby of sorts, something he does on a day-to-day basis, maybe a favorite food perhaps. Yeah. I got it. Leo likes tomato. And then there's the harmonic, and it's pretty decent, and it has a lot of stuff because that's what every harmonic and duo has. They have like a billion effects, and we're gonna go through each and every single one of those effects, so I hope you're ready for a long amount of talking. Let's see, she has slaying, spectrum 14, lull speed res, special jump -1 on each attack, 10 extra damage on specials if she's below 100% HP, a sweep effect, allies get null guard, they get special jump on first attacks as well, 10 extra damage on specials if their HP is below 100%, a new A skill that grants Canto 2, a bunch of attack and speed, and more attack and speed if a terrain condition's intact. She has resonance, speed res crux, a button that gives extra attack and speed, resonance blade, which is extra attack and speed, extra movement, and penalty neutralization to anybody from Path of Radiance and Fate. Yeah, it seems okay. And then I guess there's the freebie, and to be frank, I was not really holding out any hope because guaranteed follow-up weapons are just okay, but as probably the same amount of stuff as Leo's weapon, if I had to guess, Spectrum 4 guaranteed follow-up true damage, not too shabby. He has no fodder otherwise, but they did make up for it because the Sacred Seals are actually really good. I'm kind of surprised they made them that good. Speed, defense, tempo, and attack speed clash is pretty hype for the most part. Can't say I have any complaints about that, and that's probably the most positive thing I've said all throughout this banner. Although he's technically not on the banner, so I guess that doesn't count. The banner sucks, boo. And now that we've gone over each unit, I think it's time we do the one thing that would determine the banner's ranking overall. How many times does Leo mention tomatoes? Okay, so I gotta go to the wiki because they have all the voice lines there. So 1, 2. What do you mean it's only 2? No. That cannot be right. Where are the tomatoes? Why doesn't he talk about them more? All his other alts did, except the first one, because the first one is just Leo, and he's normal. And he doesn't like tomatoes because he's normal. Why does he talk about tomatoes here more? I'm still giving this banner a 5. T was better.